So I used to work at a jewelry store.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business.
If I'm being honest, I only worked there for about 3 months. I didn't exactly enjoy working there, but the real reason I didn't last very long is because I grossly overestimated my ability to sell things. I mean, this one costs more than my car. Whether or not it's actually worth buying it for that much is up to you. Oh, I also got robbed. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was just a regular day, and I had a closing shift. My favorite. I didn't work in a standalone brick and mortar store. It was more like a hidden gem, one might say. On the outside, it looks like a regular grocery store, but on the inside, there was a small section with a whole bunch of jewelry. And that's where I worked. So I happily stroll in to the grocery store and begin my day of work. Right before we closed, a pair of men entered the store. I say entered, but we didn't have any doors separating us from the sales floor of the grocery store, so they just kind of strolled up to the counter. I got a bad vibe from one of the guys, but I brushed it off as me just being judgmental, so I decided to go and actually do my job, I guess, and I start helping one of them. I remember talking to this guy for like 20 minutes. I showed him multiple rings, and we were kind of joking around, just making small talk. Then he wants to see this one specific necklace that my manager is standing by. It was a little gaudy, if you ask me. So we make our way over there, and he's all, I want to see this necklace and this ring. My manager gets them out of the case and says, remember to only show him one piece at a time. Yeah. We then proceed to go back to where we were, right? But then the guy is like, let's go over here. Yeah, okay, sounds good. I was really giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. He did make me pretty uncomfortable, but, well, it's not very hard to make me uncomfortable. As soon as we got right next to the door, things went south pretty quick. He was wearing the necklace, and I had put the ring in the case when he asked me if the necklace was on sale, which it wasn't. A harmless, normal question, right? But then he asks me if I can give him a discount anyway. Slightly annoying, but again, harmless. Well, what if I give you $100 just for you, and you make it be on sale just for me? Oh no. This was the red flag that broke the rose-colored camel's back. Camel. After I told him I couldn't do that, he asked to see the ring. Sure, I just need you to take the necklace off. You heard the boss, one at a time. Suddenly, his entire demeanor changed. His movements were much more deliberate as he stood tall, leaned forward, and said, don't make a scene. I am crazy, man. I will kill you and everyone else. Give me that ring. Yeah, he didn't like that rule. Luckily, I knew exactly what to do in this situation. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? I remember thinking that if I were ever to get robbed, I wouldn't put up with it, that I would try and stop them or talk them out of it. But at this moment, I was so scared that I couldn't say anything. What do I do now? I get a hit of adrenaline, and I turn and look over at my manager. Immediately, he reiterates that I can't tell anyone, and that if I make a scene, he's going to kill everyone. So, the fate of the world resting in my hands. I unlock the case, and I grab the ring, and he just snatches it right out of my hand. Then he says that if I don't tell anyone, then someone will come to pay me off later that week, or something totally real like that. And he turns and casually walks out of the door. For a brief moment, I considered not telling my manager so that I wouldn't get in trouble. And plus, apparently I'm getting paid. So I walked back over to my manager, who is still talking with that same customer. So I just kind of stood there. Then she noticed me, and she was like, oh, do you need to put those items back? No. What do you mean? Well, he kind of just took it. He said that he would kill me, and I must say, I took it pretty well. I went to the bathroom to process it. When I got back, my manager had shut the gates. Oh, good, get in here. We're waiting for the police. And so we waited for the police. in spite of what I thought would happen, I was not, in fact, fired. I actually received a call on one of the following days from like a district manager or something like that, and they said that I followed procedure and she was just glad that no one got hurt. But there was a part of me, and still is, that felt like it was my fault. After all, I gave the necklace and the ring to this guy. I just handed him right over. Realistically though, I know that I did follow the procedure, and it's not my fault that he stole from us. Also, they never caught the guy. So yeah, I turned in my 2 weeks shortly after that. I didn't really feel comfortable going there anymore. I just kept replaying it over and over in my head, kind of like I had to do to make this video. Speaking of reliving old memories, I also got robbed in Japan. Well, technically it was my younger brother. Hayden, Josh. In the summer of 2019, I went to Japan with my younger brother and 2 of our friends, Michael and Eric. Near the end of the trip, we were in an Akihabara train station, trying to get back to our Airbnb, but we were having a bit of a hard time understanding which train would take us to the correct stop. Mostly because Eric had already gone home, and he was the best at Japanese out of the 4 of us. So there we were, 3 gaijin, trying to decipher the kanji on the map, when a very sober man came up to us and asked us where we were trying to go. After we told him, he told us to follow him. So we followed this hobbling old man to the next station over, and he tells us that this line will take us to the correct stop. And then he starts to show us how to use the ticket machines. Hayden takes out all of his change at once and is trying to find the exact amount, when this guy just scoops all of the coins out of Hayden's hands and dumps them right into the machine. Then he grabs all of the large coins and gives Hayden the rest, and then proudly proclaims that these ones were his because he is very hungry. Then he just runs off into the crowd. That bastard. Anyway, those are all the times that I've been robbed. Don't worry though, it'll never happen again, because now I work at a bank.
This is a robbery! Everybody on the ground!
Oh, for Thank you for watching my video. It took a little longer than I expected, so I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, it's you. You're early. We still have time before the deadline. I was just barely finishing the video, so it'll be up before Christmas. Oh, you brought me a present. That's certainly unexpected. What? Oh dear.